President Cyril Ramaphosa opened the national convention with grand words about the weight of the two-day gathering. Speaking to more than 100 delegates at UNISA in Pretoria on Friday, the president stressed the convention was meant to lay the groundwork for public dialogues across South Africa over the next 6 to 8 months. But the president also used the opportunity to take direct aim to those who chose to sit this one out. He said political parties and legacy foundations who chose to withdraw from the event would one day wish they were here. The DA, Action SA, and Freedom Front Plus snubbed the convention, as well as Steve Biko Foundation, Thabo Mbeki Foundation, Chief Albert Lithuli Foundation, and 4 others. They declined to participate, citing concerns over the greater national dialogue's credibility.
Even as dialogues have happened in our country, there have been moments where others chose not to participate. There have been moments when others said, no, what is this all about? We are not going to be part of it. Now, I will tell you a story which I hope will not embarrass one of those who told me the other time, and is the leader of the Pan-Africanist Congress. He's here. He serves in my cabinet. And as we were preparing for the dialogue, he said to me, President, we as the Pan-Africanist Congress, we have always historically refused to participate in various dialogues. We were not there in Kliptown. They call it Kliptown, when the Freedom Charter was drafted. We were not there when there was a dialogue to end violence in our country. We were not there when the Constitution was drafted, when there was that broad dialogue. And he said, we feel that our voice, our views were not heard. And he said, this time round, Aibu, we are going to participate. We are going to be part of it. So there are those who are standing outside, who are saying we are not going to participate. And we grant them that freedom. But one day, they will be like the PAC. They will realize that they should have been part of the dialogue.
Just 2 days after the deadly shooting of an e-hailing driver at Maponya Mall in Soweto, the centre had opened its gates to the public. This reopening has not been received well by residents of Soweto, who had been pleading for a 7-day closure of the mall to allow for investigations to happen, but to also hold those responsible accountable. To date, heavy law enforcement has been reinforced at the mall as they monitor the situation, but residents say this is a way of suppressing them.
Because we thought that the mall and the community are one. And it looks like we are not. We have tabled our issues as a community, and as you remember that nowhere did we incite violence, nowhere were insinuating or rather spreading propaganda. What we were doing was that it was our civil obligation as a community to stand up for an unjust cause like this one. And the reason why we asked for 7 days is so that we can hold them all accountable, so that there can be further investigation. In the meeting yesterday that took place, the association had distanced themselves from the issue. We wanted to get answers. We were nowhere insinuating or spreading any propaganda to say who was responsible. But we were holding them all accountable as the patrons of Maponya Mall.
The family of the slain e-hailing driver are demanding justice. It's believed 4 men opened fire on his vehicle before torching it.
That when my cousin brothers came here, they found him. The car was on lights and it was burning. They were not even allowed to come close. The police were busy with their investigation and he was gone. And that was it. I had to report to his mother at home, like, Sisi, konzakala into so, and then since then she's not talking. I haven't even spoken to her myself, because every time when I ask, can I speak to her, they say she's numb. And I understand why she's numb, because she loved her son wholeheartedly. Everybody knew that Nthokozisi was loved by his mother. But now we have to pick up the pieces, unfortunately, because now we don't know if she's going to be okay, because she's a sickly person herself. So for her to lose her son in the way that she lost him, because it's not about that he died. Everybody can die. It's how it happened that breaks our hearts. For a good boy like him, a sweet boy, you would never hear that he's involved in some you wouldn't hear that he's in a quarrel with anybody.
The air in Eastern Cape was filled with the sounds of the South African Police Service Band, as over 1,900 newly trained constables had been deployed. Kahoot, which was welcomed during a passing parade in Buisho in Eastern Cape, had been deployed to bolster crime prevention efforts, especially at the 30 stations with highest crime rates.
This is the first group of that Project 5.5 where we are having these police constables that are graduating today. The latter part will be in December, where we'll have more than 3,000 of them that will be also on passing out parades being sent through for crime fighting initiatives. And we obviously are driven by crime patterns in terms of deployment and distribution, but most of them will be sent to police stations, obviously, for to improve our visibility on the ground, but most importantly also to improve our investigation capacity, which will mostly be your detective environment, where most of these police trainees will be sent to for crime fighting.
It has been 13 years since the Marikana massacre, one of the darkest periods in post-apartheid South Africa. 34 mine workers were shot and killed on 16 August 2012. 10 people, including security guards and police officers, were killed in the 6-week Wildcats strike at the Lun mine before the massacre. As the anniversary of the massacre approaches, there have been little to no accountability.